Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Aaliyah, and I am here for a review of Mayans MC. I am sorry. I don't know how many times I can say I'm sorry, but I am so sorry for being late with this review. I'm not gonna promise you guys something that I know that I can't keep. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to get the Mayans review up by Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. One of those days. Um, like I said, I'm a student, you guys. I always say this. I'm a student, and being a student, that comes first. And so if I'm not doing anything with school, if I'm not studying for any tests or quizzes, then I'll get these videos out for you guys as soon as possible. Right now, this week has been stressful. This week's not even done what I'm talking about. But last week it was a lot of stuff going on, and I'm sorry I couldn't get this review out sooner, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get Mayans review up by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm gonna try. I will try. I'll try to get this review out to you guys, because I don't want it to be like right now I'm giving you guys this review the day of a new episode's coming on. But I just want to let you guys know I did watch this episode. I watched it. I watched like part of it when it aired because I was doing something, but then I watched it the next day on demand. Then I watched it again today. So I watched it a couple times, and what I was thinking about how I wanted to do this, it was in my mind like I'm gonna do it like I did the other video. I'm gonna separate them into the different stories. So I have the Mayans, I have the cartel, I have Pops and Diego, and then I have the Four Amigos. I have their stories all separate because that's easy for me to remember. So I'm sorry for that. Let's get into the actual review. This is Mayans MC episode 6, Opposum. I can't pronounce the first word. I tried to look on Google Translator. That didn't help me. So Opposum, that's the name of this episode. So let me start with the Mayans story, since that's on my first page of notes. If you guys can't see, yeah, Mayans MC, my first page of notes. So for the Mayans, we see Alvarez. He rolls up with another member from his end of the Mayans. You got the Santo Padres, and then you have Alvarez, who's part of the northern, where Sons of Anarchy were. So he's up there in like the northern area. And so he pulls up because he's about to do a job. Once again, he's about to go up north. And we see him in the Mayans, in the Santo Padre, the Mayans, in their little gathering room. He's sitting there, he's smoking, and Bishop, Taz, and Hank, they walk in. Alvarez, he shows them a picture of Adelita, and they said that they'll keep an eye on her. So the hunt is on for Adelita. Since they know what she looks like, they're out to get her. And so the Mayans, they see Coco leaving. I'll explain why he leaves later on in the review. But the MC, they see Coco leave, and they see Chucky. Chucky irked my nerves because he messed up. Chucky, you idiot. Oh my gosh. Shut up, Chucky. If you don't know anything, shut up. Okay? So Chucky tells, the MC that a couple days ago, they saw Coco arguing with the lady. She was a young Latin woman. Taz shows Chucky a picture of Adelita. Taz was like, is this her? Chucky said, I don't know. Maybe. I'm like, it's not I don't know, it's not a maybe. It's a yes or no. Was this her or was it not her? Clearly it was not her. Coco wasn't talking to her. He is talking to her, but he wasn't talking to her. Y'all get it? He's talking to her, but he wasn't talking to her. Okay, he's talking to his daughter and his mama. Chucky, you made me mad because now Coco, there's an eye on Coco now, okay? They gotta keep an eye on Coco, okay? Because they think that Coco is working with Adelita, which he is, but he wasn't. He was talking to his daughter and his mama. Come on, Chucky, you gotta be smart, Chucky. Come on, come on. And so Bishop tells Hank, go keep an eye on Coco, follow him. So Hank pulls up into the pew, you know, where Galindo does all his killings at. And Hank calls Bishop and says, yeah, I looked through the tunnels, I'm in the warehouse, Coco's not here. All right, I'm gonna go back to the club. I'm gonna go back to the HQ headquarters. So the mayor pulls up to the HQ, and she had a meeting with Galindo, and I'll explain why she met with Galindo earlier in the episode out. And basically the mayor tells Bishop that Galindo, he's bought properties. He's bought, like, what was it? Look at my notes. He bought, I think it was 250 acres. That's what it looked like. Yeah, he bought 250 acres of property, you know, around the side of the border. And, you know, he's gonna build malls and schools, stuff like that, to keep, you know, to get the economy going in the city. And what happens is that Galindo, if the mayor doesn't do her end of the deal, like if she doesn't, like, clear up loose ends, then Galindo's going to take that project. He's going to take the project. He's going to leave Santa Padre. And Bishop tells the mayor that, you know, Galindo is going off the deep end right now. He tells her that, you know, the baby was taken, so he's not in the right state of mind right now. And if he gets more unglued, shit's about to pop off. It's about to go down. World War Infinity is about to go down in Santa Padre. So they have to keep him from not blowing the fuck up, you know, because shit's going to get real once he gets to that place. And Bishop tells the mayor, be calm. I'll handle this. Everything's going to be good. Just calm down. And so we see Angel, Coco, and Ezekiel. They pull back to HQ, and, you know, they're chit-chatting up with everybody. And after they leave, this is what I keep on saying, that these four amigos, they're gonna get themselves messed up, because it's so obvious. They make it so obvious that something is going on. You know, they do it with the way that they talk, and they do it with the way that they look at each other. And they need to tone that stuff down, because they get back to the headquarters, and, you know, Bishop was like, you know, where you go, Coco? Coco was like, you know, my girl's pipe, you know, broke, and yada, yada, yada. And then Angel says something. He was over-exaggerating, laughing, you know, you funny. It was fake. And you can tell that something wasn't right. And when they walked away, Bishop told Hank to keep an eye on Coco and keep an eye on Angel too. So now they're getting themselves messed up. They're doing this on their own. They're fucking up. They're messing up. They're sloppy. Okay, they're being sloppy, and it's about to go down. It's about to go down next episode. I got a feeling in my bones something's gonna go down in the next couple of episodes. So that was the Mayans MC portion of the episode. So now we're gonna go to Pops and Diego. Now Ezekiel, he pulls up to meet with Pops, and he tells him what happened, you know, Santa Madre, and what happened to Emily. and he wanted to check up on her. He wanted to see how Emily was, and that he doesn't want the deal that he made with Diego. He didn't want the deal to touch Emily. It was just supposed to touch Galindo and the MC, nobody else. So he's trying to see if Emily is okay. And Pops was like, you're going to have to tell Emily what's going on and that she's not the same girl that you knew 8 years ago. So watch out, okay? So then we see Pops in his shop, and he pulls out a gun from the towel dispenser. He's checking to see, if it's loaded. And then we see Pop go to this bar, and it's this old guy with long gray hair, and he tells old dude tells Pops, why are you here? And he was like, well, the military told me that you'll be here eating for lunch, and that the guy with the long hair is Diego Jimenez's father. It may seem like he died, but he didn't die. And so what's happened is that Pops wants to catch up with Diego's father, and that they're catching up, and he talks about grandkids. He brings up grandkids. So we see Pops in front of this lady's house. It's this lady, got 2 kids. And he made it so obvious, okay? Y'all, this is how Pops was taking the picture. This is what he did. Let me get my iPod. He took the pictures like this. He was like, click, click, click. Y'all, he made it so obvious that he was taking a picture. Like, come on now, when you take a picture, you want to be discreet. You don't want people to know you taking a picture of him. But he was all out and open, like, click, click, click. I'm like, come on, Pops. I know you old school, but you got to step up your picture game, okay? And so he snaps a picture of the lady and the 2 girls. So towards the end of the episode, Pops, he pulls up on Diego, and he tells Diego that he met up with his father, and that his real name is Ignacio. I didn't get his last name. And he was an inspector. The first thing that went to my mind was Inspector Gadget. Y'all don't laugh at me. But he said he was an inspector for the military. I think that's what he said. He was an inspector for the military, and he done some horrible things, and he didn't want his past he didn't want his family to know what he did, because he did a lot of stuff. In the picture that he showed, there was like 3 headless, 3 heads on the ground with him and someone else pointing the guns at the heads. And it was pretty gruesome. Like, boom, I didn't know you did that. Like, that's fucked up, You was serious, homie. And so basically, Pops warned Diego, don't fuck with my family, because if you fuck with my family, I'm gonna fuck with yours. And he sends... Okay, here's another thing, y'all. We gotta get Pops updated on this technology thing, because this is what he did. He was like, boop. He took out his phone. He was like this, y'all. He was like, boop. He just, bink. He just like, boop. He just... We gotta get him in this technology stuff, okay? Pop's gotta step up in this technology department. And then he sends Diego pictures that he took of, I should say. Pops took pictures of the woman and the 2 kids. Come to find out that it's Diego's wife and his children. So, Diego, I suggest that you take Pop's warning seriously, because he will probably fuck up your wife and kids. So keep what he said in mind, okay? Keep what he said in mind. You want your kids and your wife to stay alive, homie. Take what he said, okay? I'm trying to save you. All right, so that was Pops and Diego's story. Now let's get into the 2 big stories that went on in this episode. So we're going to talk about the Galindo cartel. Now, okay. This part was funny. I don't know why, but I just laughed. I laughed when I seen it on demand the day after the episode aired, and then I laughed at it again when I saw the episode. Okay, so I'm gonna set it up for y'all. So Ezekiel wants to see Emily. Okay. Bam, he sees Emily. This girl is bruised up. She got like her whole cheek is bruised up, y'all, okay? And you know, she got like little marks, you know, her forehead, like big old knot right here. She in a wheelchair. She was in a wheelchair. I don't know why, but that just made me laugh. Like, girl, I know you got trampled in the church, but dang, you had to be in a wheelchair? I don't know. I don't know why. That just took me out. I was laughing. I'm sorry. It was funny. It was just funny. I'm like, I know she is not in a wheelchair. Girl, you can walk. But they did say that she probably had like internal injuries. But I laughed. I was laughing when they first saw that she was in a wheelchair. I'm sorry if that's rude, but it was funny to me. It was funny. So so we see in a hallway, we see Ezekiel walk out of the exam room. Yeah, wait, nope. Play it back. HOS in the hallway. Head of security, cornrows. He walks out of the bathroom. He turns his head. He sees Ezekiel walk out of the exam room. And then seconds later, Emily is rolled out of the exam room. So he like, what's going on here? Like, uh-oh, something's wrong. So we see Devontae talking to Galinda about the aftermath of what happened, and that Devontae was saying that the church is very grateful for what he did. Pretend to be Captain Save-A-Ho, and they're proud. The church is happy for what Galindo did. And then they said some other stuff that I forgot. So then HOS, he walks up and he says, look, I'm sorry to interrupt y'all little conversation, but I saw Ezekiel walking out of the exam room, and then moments later I see Emily, being wheeled out. So something ain't adding up. And so a van pulls up after Ezekiel leaves from talking to Pops. He's on his way back to the clubhouse. And then we see a van pull up right next to him. And one of the dudes says, follow us. So Ezekiel follows the van to a secret location. Well, it's really not a secret location now, but they meet up with Galindo. Something's on my hand. Sorry, y'all, something on my hand. So they meet up with Ezekiel meets up with Galindo, and basically a common denominator that they have in common is Emily, and the common denominator is Emily, and they had this long conversation. It's a bunch of Godfather. If y'all haven't seen the movie The Godfather with Marlon Brando and Al Pacino. Who else was in that movie? Yeah, it was a really good movie. I've seen the movie. But yeah, there's a lot of Godfather analogies tied in their conversation. And then basically, Galindo told Ezekiel, stay away from Emily. Is that not crystal clear? Stay away from her. Okay? If someone tells you to stay away, you stay away from her. Okay? Get it through your head, Ezekiel. And so, car pulls up, and it's the mayor. And like I said, when I was talking about the MC, the mayor was meeting up to meet with Galindo. And so she pulled up to meet with him. And then Devontae and Emily, they had a little conversation. There is some tension between the two. She don't trust Devontae, and I feel like Devontae don't care for her either. So it's like, I really didn't pay attention to the conversation, but it's like there's a lot of animosity and tension between Devontae and Emily. And so This is another part that took me out. So Emily, she comes home, and I'm tell you what. I'm gonna tell you when she came home. I'm gonna tell you when she came home. When I talk about the four amigos and the rebels. So Emily comes home, and I could tell by the look in Galindo's face that he was gonna slap her. I could just tell. I just saw the look in his face, and I'm like, yeah, he gonna slap her. And so, they have an argument. They going back and forth. He says, "Don't hop in a car with strangers. We don't take Ubers." I'm like, "Oh, you too bougie. You take Ubers, okay?" So, what else he says? He says, he's telling her, don't do a lot of things. And she was like, "Well, how about you just make a list of things I can't do?" And then she goes in to say that, "Well, you should have kept my son safe." And then he was like, "Well, I thought he was safe in the hands of his mother." She gets upset. She slapped him so hard. She slapped him so hard. And then she said, "Take that back." He was like, "I'm just saying the truth." She tried to slap him again. He grabbed her by, her wrist, and then he had her by the hair. He threw her on the couch, and then she's saying, "You gonna hit me like your daddy hit, your mama?" And he was like, I think he was like, "Be quiet." And then, what did she says? She says, "Am I Galindo's little punta?" Y'all know punta means bitch in Spanish. And they start it was weird. It was kind of like, oh, y'all into that freaky stuff? So like they hitting each other, and then she spit in his face, and they look at each other, and then they just start having sex. I'm like, oh, y'all into that freaky stuff, huh? But I just want to say this, Danny Pino. I hope I'm saying his last name right. Pinno. I hope I'm saying his last name right. But look, y'all, he was in Law and Order Special Victims Unit. He was on Law and Order Special Victims Unit. He was cute, he was cute on there. But look here, homie got a beard, and he got like that salt and pepper thing happening in his beard. Homie look fine. I don't know. Every time I look at him, I'm like, dang, you look fine. Like, I don't like you because you're the bad guy, but like, you fine. Like, he cute. Like, I don't know. Something about that beard make him look fine. So, yeah, that was the end of their little segment. They had, it was kind of freaky. I'm like, oh, y'all into that freaky stuff, huh? Slapping and pulling hair and calling each other bitches and spitting on each other. Okay, y'all into that stuff. Hey, I ain't gonna judge. So now let's get into the four amigos. I got hair on me. Okay, so beginning of the episode, Ezekiel, he pulls up to the hospital, and we see, what was his name? Frankie. Frankie was the cop that we seen last episode, that was at the whorehouse with the guys. And so he's just worried about Emily. He wants to see if Emily's okay. So Frankie sneaks him into Emily's room, and they chat it up. He wants to see if she's fine. She okay. She tells him, a couple of bruises, and she explained that she pushed herself into the crowd. And Easy said that on the news, it said that it was Los Overdados, it was the rebels. And he doesn't agree with it. He's like, that doesn't make sense. And she was like, what do you mean? I'm like, girl, stop lying. I'm like, girl, stop lying. When she said she pushed herself into the crowd, I'm like, girl, stop lying. Stop lying. You came up with that whole plan by yourself. Did you not forget that you set up this plan for the church to get, the face, and then, you was gonna push yourself into the crowd, and then Galindo was Captain Save-A-Ho. You act like you totally forgot that, girl. No, you a liar. You're a lie. Okay? And Ezekiel's gonna find out that you're a liar. Okay? You a lie. Alright? So she looking all shocked. She's like confused, like, What do you mean? He's saying, well, the rebels aren't like that. They're trying to save their city. Why would they want to, you know, mess it up by like defacing the church and killing a nun? Like, why would they do that? And so that was their whole little conversation. So then we see Angel. Angel, he knocked out. He hear his phone buzz out. My phone about to die. Charge this up right quick. My bad. Let me charge this up. Bam. Okay, we're back. So Angel's phone, he sleep. His phone vibrates, and he picks it up. And Ezekiel tells him that he tells him what happened. You know, did you find out what happened in Santa Madre? And Ezekiel, he catches him up on what happened in Santa Madre with the cartel and the rebels. So as he hangs up the phone, he hears something in his house. I'm like, okay, so if I'm sleeping, I'm in my t-shirt and my briefs. Okay, look, if I'm sleeping, my first instinct isn't to put on my pants, like put on, you know, your pants and then get a guy. I feel like that takes a lot of time. So, homie, if it was that serious, somebody would have came into your room and just shot you because you taking forever to put on your pants. Just walk out there with your underwear and have your gun ready. Like, I felt like he was taking too much time. That was just me. And so he hears something in his house. He walks in, he's looking, you know, around. He sees somebody sitting in the chair, and he walks over to it. It's Alice's head. Y'all remember Alice, you know, died. Like, Alice and everybody in the backwoods family in the last episode, they all died. So, like, he confused. It was, you know, like her head was literally just sitting on the chair. And we see Cole. Cole is the big dude. You know, Cole was the one on the phone that Dennis had. You know, that was one of the contacts. And the big dude with the tattoos, who was in, you know, military, ex-military, his name is Cole. And so Cole said that, yeah, I killed everybody because everybody was becoming a liability. And he was the one that was buying the scripts from Alice and, you know, the family. And he asked Angel, does the club have anything that they need to move? Angel's like, well, it's not necessarily the club. It's my own thing. And y'all know the club within the club. Okay, the Four Amigos got their own little club, and then the Mayans. So, a club within the club. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay. So, Angel says, you know, that it's the heroin. It's the 6 keys of heroin. And Angel says that the heroin is in Santa Madre. That's only 2 hours. I can get it in here in 2 hours. And Cole's like, so y'all move y'all stuff through the tunnels. Angel's like, yeah. Cole's like, okay, I think we can make something work. And so we see Angel, he's reading the newspaper at the headquarters. And it's about the incident that happened in Santa Madre. And Coco says that Adelita, you know, is telling everybody in the city that it was the rebels. It wasn't us. Okay, we're the good guys. Okay, we're the good guys. We didn't do it. Okay. And so Angel tells Coco and Gil that Cole, he paid him a visit, and that Cole can move the 6 keys, and Cole needs help smuggling a friend from Afghanistan. He's a translator, and he's at the Sonora border. Okay, so we have to help the friend. Okay, help the friend, and then Cole can help us. Okay, so Angel tells Gil, because y'all remember, I think it was last episode, they was digging up a hole to put Dennis's body in, and then Gil and Ezekiel, they fell through the hole. So Angel tells Gil, go into the hole and see where that tunnel leads them. And so we see Angel and Ezekiel head into the Sonora border, And Angel tells Ezekiel, stay away from Emily. Do not mess this up. We are one step closer to pushing Galindo out the way. Stay away. Stay away. Okay? That's what Angel tells Ezekiel. And so we see Adelita, she meets up with the priest. She meets up with the priest who is the head of the church in Santa Madre. And they have their conversation talking about how the nun died, and I guess how the nun was close to Adelita, and then the priest tells Adelita that her father would be proud, and then they have some more conversation about what happened. And then the priest, he took off his little disguise, and he says, get me out of this cesspool. So he was disgusting. He was like, just take me home. Take me home. I don't want to be here. Take me out this cesspool. So he leaves. I thought that was a funny moment. We see Ezekiel and Angel pull up to the house and where the translator, is being held at. And then they get inside. They're being held at gunpoint by some dirty cops. And then, they meet the translator. And the translator, tells their story about what happened. So I'm gonna just be Fat Boy. Okay, Fat Boy tells Angel and Ezekiel that he wants $100,000 for the translator. And so Fat Boy tells Ezekiel, get me the $100,000 by the morning. If you don't, everybody gonna die. So Easy, he calls Coco and he tells Coco what's going on. And Coco says, okay, I'll tell you where to meet me at later, okay? So that's when Coco leaves. And then, like I said, Chucky fucks up. That's where the whole story intertwines. So we see Gil, looking through the tunnel. And the tunnel leads to Vicky's place. Y'all remember last episode, Vicky, she's in charge of the I don't like saying whorehouse. I think that's kind of rude, but that's kind of what it is, the whorehouse. Okay, Vicky runs the whorehouse, so that tunnel leads to Vicky's house. And then once again, this is where the amigos irritate me. They can't keep a straight face. So Gil walks up to the front porch and they see and hears Creeper and Riz. And they're like, how'd you get here? He's like, well, I walked. Well, he was like, well, I just want to be here. Wanted to check up on Creeper. And he was like, no, I'm just going to take a shower. He walks away. And Creeper was like, where's his bike at? Y'all got to keep a good poker face. Y'all have to really keep a straight face now. Like, come on, y'all are really showing right now. And so Coco and Ezekiel, they meet up with Adelita, and they